David Thomson is the successful author of a book called Blueprint to a Billion, which I discovered several years ago and have incorporated many of his great ideas into the work that I do. And he has since released a new book called Mastering the 7 Essentials of High Growth Companies. And he's here today to share with us his thoughts about the current growth cycle. We're coming out of a tough recession. People are wondering if the economists are really right about where the economy is going, that it is on the way to recovery. So David, what can you tell us about the period that we're in now?
If you define growth through the lens, Margaret, of revenue growth companies, and we count the number of revenue growth companies per year, and a simple definition is just 2 years of 10% sales growth per year. We have been going through these 8-year cycle peak to peaks for the last half century, and we are at the bottom, about to turn, and the next peak, the next growth cycle of revenue growth companies will be between 2012 and 2016. And we're just now starting to see a slight rise in the number of revenue growth companies, and the revenue growth rate on average is now increasing 27% to 34% this quarter on an annualized basis.
So what do you advise the companies that you work with regard to what their investment strategies ought to be or their growth strategies? How can they take advantage of this upcycle as it gets going?
As we turn, it's important to be a leader for the next growth cycle. So now is your time to really focus on growth, particularly revenue growth. You know, it's all over the news that companies have cash and they're working on earnings and they're working on cost reduction. But now is the time to be facing forward and looking at locking into how to redefine your benefits, essential number one, to offer more value to your customer, whether a consumer or a business. Their needs are changing for this growth cycle. Redefine your market. These markets are changing. The leading industries coming into this cycle are infrastructure-based, like healthcare, energy, capital goods. I don't mean by shovel-ready jobs, and it's not necessarily reliant on consumer spending. And get customers to sell for you. It's important that they spread the word. It cuts your cost of sales and marketing in half and speeds up your sales cycle time.
There's a lot of companies out there that are still kind of lying low because they aren't really sure which direction to go. So if you're one of those companies, what do you advise them to take as far as next steps of getting their house in order and getting clear about where they want to grow or how they want to grow?
If a company is struggling with growth, one of the essentials I found is having a leadership pair. I call them inside-outside leaders. If you look back in history, Meg Whitman was outside-facing for eBay. She always was focused on innovating in customer and alliance relationships and redefining the market. And Maynard Webb was the inside executive focused on the operations. First question is, are companies that are growing slowly have an inside-outside pair? Oftentimes they're too internally focused, and you need one of your leaders really focused on understanding customer needs, innovating in alliance relationships, and really understanding the market dynamics. Assuming you do, it's about launching quick pilots and really exploring the hidden needs of customers and the benefits you can offer.
Thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Margaret.
Good luck with your next book.
Thank you.
Bye.